Well, it helps if you turn the microphone on. What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here with ModMyMods, and it is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Well, I don't know. So for some people, it's not that beautiful, but for me, it's beautiful because it's snowing outside, and I love the snow, and I like it being cold. So that's a positive Tuesday for me. That's for sure. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. I have a awesome guest for us today. Let me tell you what. He is a good friend of ours. We have gotten to hang out a few different times at a few different shows, and he will bring quite a bit to this show, let me tell you what. So without further ado, let's bring on the one, the only, the Shannon Robb. Thanks for being here, my friend. I appreciate you joining me this afternoon.
You really built me up there. I feel like I only have one way to go from here, and it's down. I feel like this is only going to get worse.
It's not going to get worse.
There is no uphill. We're already over that. We're coasting downhill at a very high rate of speed with no brakes.
No brakes.
This is going to be awesome.
All right. Well, again, thanks for being here. For those of you who don't know Shannon is the marketing manager for North America and Canada for Be Quiet. He and I have actually gone to a few different shows, and we have worked on a few different things. So this will only continue to get better and better and even more better. So without further ado, why don't we jump into some of the news? Because I found some fun things this afternoon. And
Kevin goes up, I go down. So wait,
that's not true.
Wait, I'm phrasing. I feel like that's a problem.
Oh my goodness. Yes, phrasing is a problem, especially with you too. I mean, we've hung out enough times that we pretty much have almost the exact same type of mindset. So this should be hopefully a pretty fun and pretty entertaining show. So without further ado, so we found some fun things on the internet today, and I thought we should share them together. The first thing that I want to talk about, obviously, is Be Quiet, because they make some incredible stuff. Obviously, with Shannon being here, I can't really talk too much smack about Be Quiet. However,
but I can. Oh wait,
no, you're not supposed to.
Wait. Aw.
Be Quiet has got a few different things that are out and about recently. One of the things that I actually cannot believe that I didn't know about before is the 802 case that you guys have out. That is pretty much like a 900, a Dark Base Pro 900, but all of the things are fixed that were problems with the 900, and now you have this 802. I think is a shadow case. I don't know.
Silent Base 802.
Thank you. The Silent Base 802.
And it's basically it's tantamount to like an 801, but it has some new and improved features. So yeah, like you said, it kind of improves on some things we've done before, makes it a bit better, and also gives you the option, something many people have asked for, which is, while you love that we do silent, they also want the ability, to have good, really like strong airflow if you want it. So it has swappable panels to do so,
which I thought is really cool, and unfortunately puts us out of business a little bit because we do the custom Be Quiet 900p, the 900 base panel. But
don't worry, we'll have plenty of cases that you can modify the hell out of to make airflow panels for. We're definitely not. I mean, our name is Be Quiet. If we suddenly went to loud, noisy, crazy cases with massive airflow, I imagine that would be counter to our name and counter to kind of what our whole idea for our product stack would be.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with you. I'm showing off some of the photos of this actual case, the 802. This is the white one that we actually have here, that I just did a review video on with Den of Geek, who we've obviously been working hand in hand with. This particular model, now this is what we were talking about with the interchangeable panels. Both panels actually come with the case. So the right side panel that has the mesh all the way through it, and the left side panel that is just a complete solid piece that has sound damping on it, are both included when you buy the case.
And the right-hand panel, just to say, is Brony approved because it has pretty colors you can shine through.
Yes, absolutely. So the fans
if you have all the RGBs, I should say.
That's right. That's absolutely right. It's very neat how everything just kind of snaps together or pulls apart. I think that's really, really awesome. And again, it's like all of the little nitpicky things that we had that we had issues with with the 900 are fixed with this thing. Probably the most mind-blowing thing with the 900, you know that power supply shroud does not come out at all, unless you basically take the entire case apart. On the 802, this Be Quiet thing right here on the bottom, you just kind of snap it right off and pull it out.
Yep.
I think you can manage your cables.
Just be careful, don't like Hulk it, because I will say if any of you saw the recent video that was posted to the Be Quiet YouTube channel, I actually did that one of the how to invert the case, and I will say I damn near hulked that thing off, and I thought it was going to be much more difficult to pull, and I'm like, yeet, and I'm like, oh, okay, as I almost sent it across my office. I'm like, yeah, we're going to be a little more careful with that.
It's unbelievable how, like, because again, 900p, pulling off the front panel or the top panel or whatever is kind of, you really do kind of have to yank it right off, in order to actually make it work right. This is just, it's plug and play, and it's very, very cool.
The Dark Base Pro 900, I actually love that case. That thing is amazing. My wife's builds in that case, and I had the Rev 2 one, which actually came with the PSU shroud, because I also had the Rev 1 from years and years ago. So yeah, I was a Be Quiet customer before I actually worked here. But regardless of that, I digress. That thing had no PSU shroud, and that was probably the one thing I looked at. I'm like, it's got this massive window. But then you see this brick of a PSU at the bottom, and it's like, wow, that's not very pretty.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that, like, some of the improvements that have been made with the 802 versus, the 900. I again also love the 900 myself. We'll actually hop over to the Instagram page here, where, funny enough, if you scroll down just a little bit, hey, there's my lady's PC. That's the one.
Who's those guys?
Yeah, I don't know. Can't imagine.
Yeah, first time modding, not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I've never painted a motherboard before in my entire life.
Wait, is that PCB or shielding painted?
No. It's the whole thing is painted. The whole thing.
I haven't seen like a build log on this. I don't know if you have one. I have not. I only saw the finished pictures you did.
Right.
This thing. If that's the PCB painted, damn, like that's cool.
That doesn't look too bad, right? I mean,
no, that's cool. I've personally wanted to paint the PCB, but because of the fact that I've worked on layout design long ago, I'm scared of what could happen, because paint can sometimes be, somewhat conductive. That's just one of those things that's a little fear for me. Yeah, that is nuts. That's nuts, dude, that you painted the PCB. Like, that is awesome.
So I actually got the information from our good friend Landry, who works with Modders Inc. and is up in Canada, not too far north from us. And he was like, yeah, man, all you got to do is, if you use Plastidip, because it has a rubber-based type of sealant over it, he goes, just Plastidip it, paint it a couple different ways, flip the board around, and then, you can do your accent paints or whatever. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but the PCB is painted white, and then I went and took the Northbridge and Southbridge coolers off and painted them a purple color. I
can't see that because of the lighting, and plus I'm looking at a small window. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to be hitting you up about more info on this, because that's really cool.
Thanks.
Wow. I mean, I see. Okay, but Plastidip makes it make a lot more sense, because that's like the old school, like dragon skin I used to do when I did LN2 overclocking.
Exactly. Yes.
But still, I thought you just straight painted it. I'm like, oh, that's like danger zone, man.
Yeah. No, I thought about it a little bit, because obviously you don't want to just be applying just straight paint to anything.
Well, that's the thing that kind of scared me, was I had seen someone do it long ago, back in the early days of modding. Someone did a metal flake rattle can job.
Oh.
And I don't think they thought about what metal flake is.
Well,
but it was pretty when it went off. I'll say that.
In the name of it.
Yeah.
It has the word metal.
It's like the people that got Arctic Silver in their socket and said it should be fine. It's just thermal paste.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Just move it on. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I'm still a huge fan of the 900, but I will say that I do enjoy the 802, the white version. The black version is very, very cool as well. But again, some of the cases and the new stuff that you guys got coming out is pretty legit. So I am very happy to be working with you guys, and hopefully we can continue this building relationship, and obviously keep moving forward to further push your products and our products together.
I see no reason why we couldn't do awesome magical things. But
Right.
that's all up to what kind of cool projects we can make happen. And I mean, we have no shortage of that, being especially being this whole like stay at home time we've got going right now. So gives us even more time to postulate on possible ideas here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let me hop over to the chat here because I'm a terrible multitasker. I look at the chat.
I've been reading it. I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm just like, holy crap, as I'm watching it just blow.
Yeah. And which is fantastic. And obviously, without the people watching here, we wouldn't actually have a show. So again, I appreciate everybody being here. Let me run through Travis, Derek Wilson. Derek, I did get your email. I honestly, I received it. I didn't actually read it yet. I know that you're looking for something. I think you were looking for Mod Water is what it was, but it shouldn't be an issue. No big deal. I'm going to guess it's probably for Cooler Master World Series. Should be gravy. No big deal. I will get back to you, I promise. Keyboard Lotion, thank you for being here, my friend. Maven, as always, you are fantastic. Thanks for being here. Mr. Kevin James Daly himself. TPB Mods, all the way from the great up north. Thanks for being here. Not Nancy Captain, thank you for also joining us today. Let's see who else we got here. Brandon, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Moffat, as always, your presence is always a blessing here. Old 122, thank you. Horst, thank you as well. Let's see. Horst likes the 802 build himself. The 802 is gorgeous. I was thinking of something other than case labs for my next build, and that's a strong contender. Yes, good luck on getting your hands on a case labs anyways, but... The 802 actually. Moffat's got a few. Nice. Yeah, no, he has a few. It's like collecting cars or collecting baseball cards or anything like that. SMA.
I'm gonna ask a question that I'm instantly already regretting without asking it.
Yeah. What do you got?
Do I want to know the history of the name Keyboard Lotion?
Yeah, so we kind of just, it's like flying a plane. You don't go through the cloud. You go either up above it or below it or to the left or to the right. You don't go through it.
I'll tell you what. I just pulled up. We're gonna get up above 30,000 and get past this cloud. That one I feel like is going the wrong direction.
As long as we're headed in the right course, right?
I feel like I've played enough Microsoft Flight Simulator to know that I'm about to crash. So I think we're gonna avoid this.
Good afternoon, WRJG9013. Looks like you have a little bit of water buildup coming up onto your windscreen here. We're gonna have you expedite your climb to 32,000 feet. That's the 320 flight level 320.
Wait, we have a tropical storm Keyboard Lotion in your path there.
Tropical storm lotion. I love it. That's great. That's fantastic. It's just spewing everywhere. Oh my god. All right, moving on.
This is going swimmingly.
Yes,
this is great.
This is good. It's good. Let's see. So be quiet. They've got some awesome stuff coming out. If you want to stay in tune with what they're doing, head on over to their Instagram page, their Twitter page, and all that type of stuff. They would like to share the tweets, the follows, all that type of stuff. They have a few followers.
Your favorite.
Just a few.
It's your favorite.
Yeah. It is my favorite. It really is. I that's what I do. I go to Be Quiet, I look at that, and then I go to Oris, and I look at that, and I go Thermal Take, and I look at that, and I go, okay, all right, cool. And then
I was talking about the picture, my picture.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Your favorite, Hold on. Dark base.
Let's see if I'll make you the main so we can see.
No.
There you are. He's in the case, everyone. You're fired. You're fired. Get out.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Kaylin's in there like, what is he doing? There we go. I've got a new co-pilot.
There you go.
Good enough.
I'm just as hairy. Or close. Yeah, but
can you do the sexy Chewie voice though?
No, I can't. I can't. I have practiced and
you're letting tens of people down on your chat right
now.
Actually, I have no chat count. I have no idea how many people are here. There could be like 5,000, and I'm looking like an idiot in front of 5,000.
Who knows, man? Who knows? I tend to not look at the number because then my feelings don't get hurt. Right? So if there's 3 people in the group, that's still 3 more than I thought there would be. Right?
I really did not intend for the lotion to actually take over the chat for a second. That's fortunate yet unfortunate at the same time.
Oh God.
There we go. There we go. This is about where we're heading right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, fiery plane crash is pretty much where we're at. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Kalen himself from Envious Mods. Thanks for being here, my friend. What is this witchcraft? Well, I got Mr. Robb here, which is fantastic. I'm very grateful that he's here, and you know, I'm glad that everybody else is here. It's great.
We love you all.
Yes, we do. Horse is happy that the stream time is because it's actually 10 o'clock there, which is fantastic. That's like perfect, right? Everybody's gone to bed. The lady's probably either, you know, finishing up, cleaning up, doing whatever the heck she was doing, and you're, you know, free to roam the house because the kiddos are probably sleeping and all that good stuff. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you only got dogs. That's fine too. But they're probably passed out. So. All right. So in other news, changing gears, shifting the lever. Did you see this gold ass AIO? I mean, golden ass looking AI. I mean, I don't like the ass just comes with it. Chingy came and he said, every time I come around your city, bling bling. But you know, I'm all about gold blocks and limited edition things, and I think that's fantastic. But why are you gonna gold plate an AIO?
You know, dude, I will be honest, because I actually have a set. Let's just I have a set of like the gold royals.
Oh, those are dope. Those are cool looking.
So if you have something like that, you know, where you have like a legit like build like that, I could totally see someone rolling with it. I mean, I see no problem with that. I mean, if it's like a limited edition thing, I could see, you know, the right people getting the ones that they want.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you're trying to mass produce things, you could quickly end up in kind of dangerous territory. Like, I don't know if you remember this. This is many years back, but April Fool's Day, NZXT was like, we're going to make a pink Phantom. And everyone's like, oh my God, I want one of those. So they actually wound up being forced to mass produce
to make it. Yeah.
And then nobody bought it.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm so apprehensive. I'm like so apprehensive about doing like April Fool's jokes, because I've seen those backfire on so many people. Like, you, next thing you know, you get forced into making this custom product and no one ever touches it.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, I could see enough people, like I could see a tangible use case where you make like a special edition or like a limited edition thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you get some people on board. Hell, they could probably, I mean, I'm speaking out of turn as far as what their strategy is, but they could easily, like, once again, co-op with like a bundle with something like G-Skill. You know, there's options for them to offer like a gold solution. I don't know if it would be something I would run. I'm not a big fan of, like, even though I have a set, I'm not a big fan of like the yellow gold look.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure there's people that would love to like roll that.
Absolutely. I guess my biggest complaint or concern, because we've come to figure out that this show is mostly me, Big Kevin, complaining about shit, because, well, that's what I do, and I'm pretty good at it.
That's right. You saw Wallace's little gold build, right?
Yes, I did.
So that would actually fit.
That would be great.
But they build their big monoblock things. But let's be honest, guys like you and me, I'm not throwing a gold cooler or. I mean, there's a reason I can grab this RAM off of a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in my system.
Yeah.
My system memory is black.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at black. Actually, no, those are white. But at home, it's all black memory sticks, and everything else is all black or gray or silver or something like that. So, but yeah, I can understand people actually, you know, wanting to buy this. But again, it's kind of like that limited edition. I don't know if you remember when they made the arrow block from EK.
Oh yes, I think
that was numbered.
Was that back? Yeah. Was that back when they were first making like the special edition, like pre velocity, basically? Yeah,
you got it. That's exactly what it was. We have one of those somewhere.
I hate you so much. I wanted one of those. Like, just like when Swift Tech did the heirloom blocks. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Actually.
They did those special heirloom blocks. Those things were badass. They were really cool.
Absolutely. I mean, and you know, I gotta hand it to EK for, you know, blocks and things like that. I mean, I apparently don't have it with me, but I have the Travis, the Peacock, the Shellback Tech America block, which is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And it's definitely very, very cool stuff. But again, I don't know. I just was, well, it's not really anything else other than a cover. So
the thing is, it's basically it's a special edition version of an existing product.
Right.
So I can kind of get behind it. I just can't use it.
Oh, right.
And that's the thing. I mean, for the people that it fits, great. But it's kind of like a 4-cylinder pickup truck. Most of people like us are gonna look at that and go, yeah, you know what? I value fuel economy. I love the environment, but I also want the thing to go when I push it. So
Right. Yes, I agree. I mean, hey, I had a 4-cylinder Ford Ranger, and it was the best thing ever. But man, let me tell you what, if you put 200 pounds in the back of the freaking thing, it was all your fuel economy just went out the freaking window because you're just foot to the floor.
It's more that now that they're putting even smaller engines and even bigger trucks, it's like it's like, wow, it's like when you have a full size like 1500 truck and you put like a V6 in it. It's like, well, that's gonna do real good as long as you're towing like a jet ski.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dodge Ram 1500 V6. Like, dude, what are you doing with life? Like, go.
It's like yeah, with your whole 190 foot-pounds of torque, have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how we wound up on car talk, but sure, I'm down with that.
I think we were talking about things that they're just cover-ups,
and that's not aesthetic.
Yeah, there you go. Sure. So EK is.
I don't want to be mean because I love EK. EK makes beautiful products.
I do too, and I love EK's stuff. I do enjoy a lot of their the products that they have, and some of the things that we're using and working with them on. We're using their new fittings. What are they, like quantum fittings with the accent ring, which is, I mean, they're nice, don't get me wrong, but again, it's just not my cup of tea. It definitely is for somebody.
I think it's kind of like the unicorn puke rainbow fans that you get and stuff like that. There's a lot of that stuff and it's out there majorly right now, but it doesn't mean it's like a detriment to my personal build. It's just not one I'm going to do.
Right.
It's not something I enjoy. That doesn't mean I want, I'm not the type of guy to be like, stamp it out because I don't like it. It's like, if you like it, good luck, have fun. Just don't ask me how to configure it or to cable manage it.
Yep.
Because I've cable managed like 2-3 different systems of like massive amounts of RGB. I think I would rather just run face first into a steel pole at this point. I did it was like 9 fans, all RGB, and by the time I was done, I think I basically zip tied them all together, threw it in the back, put the panel on, said can't see it from my house, and left it at that.
Yep. No, I trust me, I understand. I mean, just some of the extra RGB stuff that comes in with everything now is just set it to white or red.
Well, that's the thing. Even when I have fans with lights, it ends up white.
Yeah. Right.
It ends up white.
Which is
that's just. It's fine.
It's fine. And white is the hottest color that an LED has to produce, so it's probably going to burn out quicker than any of the other fans that are running at different colors.
Yes.
So, just a key point here. Because we're talking about it. You guys remember when HyperX had these Fury RGB SSDs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they still sell, and, they're kind of cool looking, I guess, if you absolutely need freaking RGB on your SSD. However,
go ahead.
Well, because we were talking about white, did you know that these things have caught on fire?
I did not, and that I feel bad for whoever it happened to, but it is kind of funny.
I mean, I'm not gonna raise my hand or anything and say that has happened to any of us here at the shop, but it definitely has happened to other people, and that is one thing to just keep in mind. If you do have these drives, putting it on white is the hottest LED color that you can actually do. So when HyperX actually runs on the white, it gets unbelievably hot inside of there. So hot that it actually will theoretically melt the drive. So just be careful of that.
One thing I do like about those drives, I'll admit, is it uses, like and hate, depending. If you want to do RGB, it kind of sucks because each one of them has like a USB connector.
Yes.
That you have to connect it with, which, I mean, that's just another pain in the ass cable. But if you don't care about RGB, you just don't plug it in and it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't actually light up or do anything, which is fantastic. Like
Kevin Daly is calling me out. He goes, where's the Be Quiet RGB fans at, Shannon? I know you're hiding something. No. No. Quiet. Quiet fans. No loud colors. Not yet, at least. Who knows? Who knows what can come down the road? But
I don't know. Your Twitter page would say otherwise.
Hush.
Well, I was just saying. I mean, if you just go here, this is like general knowledge, right? Because you go to general, you gotta be quiet, and then it says modern PCs often feature RGB controllers that are really easy to set up and synchronize. Our short video shows you step by step how you do it. Wait, what software are they using?
500DX.
Oh.
500DX has RGB down the front of it.
Oh.
And so does the Darkbase Pro 900. Has an LED strip in it.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I win this time.
Okay. All right. Well,
until we have RGB fans, and I got to come here with the tail between my legs and go, yeah, we were pretty bumpy.
That's all right. That's all right. I guess we'll have you back on at some point, and you can tell me all about these new RGB fans.
I guess.
You know, maybe.
Aww.
Maybe. We'll see.
After the way this goes, it's gonna be like barred from ModMyMods podcast for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, Be Quiet doesn't want to work with you guys anymore because of what happened on the show. So,
No, I'm pretty much sure. I was pretty sure ModMyMods is gonna be like, yeah, you guys can send anyone, even if they don't speak English. Just don't send Shannon.
We'll take anybody. I don't care.
Take anyone. You have an office temp? We'll take them.
Yeah, we'll take you. You have interns there, right? Somewhere. Okay, yeah, we'll just get one of them on. They don't know anything about the products. It's fine. It's fine. We'll feed them lines. That'll be all right. Oh, boy. All right, so let me check the chat here. This is why, let me scroll down here. I like RGB. It allows you for so many different looks. If you don't like RGB, you can always turn it off. Yes, I would agree with that.
Yep.
That is pretty much what I end up doing as well. I never had luck finding those in stock myself. Yeah, sometimes these Furies are a pain in the ass to find. The 500DX has some decent strips built into it. Yes, actually, the Be Quiet 500DX, the front panel is probably the coolest, well, one of the cooler things that I've seen, because you can pull the panel right off the front of it, and you don't have to worry about the LEDs that's inside of it because it has a contact connection. Yeah. So it actually
has like spring-loaded touch pins that basically transfer the signal.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about ripping it or anything like that.
That's fun. Yeah. Also, Kevin Daly is gathering pitchforks right now. He thinks I'm holding out.
Well, you probably are, but you know we'll let it slide this time. Next time we'll rake you over the coals. How about that?
It's okay. You can rake me over the coals, and you could rake me over the coals anytime you want, buddy.
Ooh, stop! Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. I get all hot and bothered. All right, so
no.
The other thing that we were talking about is that Broach, which is a lot of people would say. Apparently, they're coming out with a new fitting called the Helm 2.
Cool.
Yeah, all right, moving on. So now we also have, there's been a new official gameplay trailer. I don't know if you guys are really big into Hitman 3 at all, but I'm a very, very big Hitman fanatic. I absolutely love it. This particular trailer that is in here is fantastic, so I figured because it was only 3 minutes, we could watch it together and then go from there. So
can we call this a watch party?
Get out. Go home. Get out. I don't know.
Oh.
Show yourself to the door. Okay.
The world of assassination is on the brink. All because of one man. As you take on the role of Agent 47, his deadly abilities, tools, and instincts are at your fingertips. You get to travel the world and kill interesting people. And with complete freedom of approach, making the how, the when, and the where all up to you. 47 can get in anywhere. Sometimes with the aid of a stolen access card, a gleaned key code, hacking the lock with his new camera, or just using good old-fashioned brute force. And sometimes all you need is an invitation. You can blend in anywhere. Disguises offer you access to corresponding areas, but be careful around enforcers. They will call your disguise if they get a good look. 47's arsenal has never been sharper, from the classics to the state-of-the-art. Of course, almost everything is a weapon in 47's hands. But a creative assassin need never touch a weapon. Surrounding you is a living, breathing world of opportunity. Action, reaction, cause and effect. From unfortunate accidents to careful exploitation of a bad habit. You can trick someone else into doing the dirty work, or you could simply book a meeting with your target. But it's no walk in the park. You must adapt as circumstances change. Your targets are some of the best protected people in the world. Some of them so elusive, they're only exposed for a limited time. Unlock new tools and weapons in our mastery tracks. Refine your approach as you advance across 20 mastery tiers per level with new starting locations, new ICA gear, exotic distractions, and stashed weapons. Receive ratings based on your distinct playstyle and skill level. And keep challenging yourself with a slew of inventive escalations and complications. Master the art of assassination, and nothing can stop you.
Yeah, that looks pretty dope.
Yeah, I gotta say, like toward the very beginning when he kicks a dude like off of like the small bridge that goes into the water, I got like some serious like Irishman / like Sopranos vibes out of that. then when he just like legit like yeeted the dude off the building, I'm like, yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
But I will give it one thing: the graphics and everything on Hitman games have gotten better and better. But something about like the ability to create natural motion still sometimes is broken. I don't know if you saw when he went to flip that bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he damn near broke his wrist trying to flip the bottle, and I'm like, oh yeah, they still got that.
Yep. Yeah.
There's always little things.
You know, and it's funny because like when I look through some of the different, I mean, like the graphics and stuff like that obviously are getting better. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the texture on his vest and everything like that looks pretty dope. That looks amazing. But
it does.
But it also looks like shit at the same time, like in certain spots.
But see, that's the thing. That's where you have to take it with a grain of salt because we don't know what this was shown on. This could have been console play for all we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it could have been. Or it could have been, like, let's say, early alpha. And I'm sure you played in some early alpha release games where you get the final game, it's polished and amazing, but you get really bad vibes off of it when you see, like, early gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's something I always try to take with a grain of salt.
I would agree with you. I mean, like, certain textures look really, really good, and other things just look like total trash. So it very well could be just a mix of the 2 or 3 different platforms that it comes on, you know, whether it be PC or PlayStation garbage or Xbox.
Or this will be like the new Crysis V2, which will be like unplayable. So this is literally like 23090s and it still can't play with full fidelity.
You know, that was probably my biggest complaint because like they did the remastered version of Crysis and it was so poorly freaking optimized that like even high-end PCs can't play it. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like
that's the funny part. It's like, guys, like how could you still do this? Like after this many years, you still haven't figured out what it takes to make this run on a PC?
Yeah, right.
Like, come on. I understand remastered. You put bigger textures, great.
Yep.
Unless it's requiring like 48 gigs of VRAM, which then, you know, screw you anyways. But
yeah, it's unbelievable. It really it's pretty sad, to be honest with you. I played it, and again, this computer here is no slouch, and it barely gets above 40 FPS at 4K or at 2K even. So that's
1440p on which game? On Crysis Remastered?
Crysis Remastered, yeah.
Oh, ouch! What card do you have in that thing?
This is a 7920X, and then it's got a 2080 Ti. So it's
okay.
Still
well,
you know,
you are kind of hampered with the 7920X though. That's kind of why I switched off of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, I had 2 chips die and 2 boards die pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I finally just gave up on the HEDT from that because I had 2 of them go and I was just done with it. But also the amount of performance I got by going to a more mainstream system with higher clock speeds, because of the fact that now cards are so heavily bottlenecked, it's insane, dude.
Yeah, I would agree. Yes, and hopefully with the new build that we're putting together with AMD. Obviously, it's got a Threadripper in it, and it's got a a 2080 Ti in it, and all sorts of fun things.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, it should be good. It should be good. Hopefully, have it done in the next couple weeks here.
And all the PCIe you could ever want.
Yes. Yep. And actually, funny enough, it's occupied by one of the Aorus PCI SSD M.2 adapter card things that have, what is it? It's 8 terabytes worth of space in it, but then it's also I have it set up in a RAID, so it's 4 terabytes, but it's RAID 0. So
like a RAID 0. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought it was RAID 1. Okay.
No, RAID 0, but it's still fast and should be fast as hell. So
fast as hell. But wait, I thought you said it had 8 terabytes on it.
It does. Sorry. Wait. So which one is it? Is it RAID 0 or RAID 1? I don't remember.
That would be RAID 1. That would be mirrored.
Which is mirrored. Yeah. So
for data redundancy, which is kind of smart, because I was one of those like new school, like one of the cutting edge enthusiasts back in the day with like dual SATA SSDs, and I'm like, look at how fast it is. Then a drive dies, and you're like, no.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And that was not fun. So that's pretty much what we're building. We're building it for a editing and graphics computer, obviously, and then we'll do streaming with it and all sorts of things.
That will do the thing.
Yeah, it should.
What are you guys now? Are you guys using like DaVinci, or are you guys using like Premiere Pro and Media Encoder?
We have a Premiere Pro and Media Encoder as well. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you would be using like the Mercury engine, so it'll offload the GPU quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the Mercury engine actually does make quite a bit of difference when you actually have the proper hardware to support that. But a lot of people don't understand that you need oodles of CPU and oodles of RAM and all sorts of other things that go hand in hand with that. So
if you have a decent sized timeline, yeah, man, RAM's gonna be it, because if you're pulling off disk, good luck.
Yeah, no, that's why I was trying to put everything and move everything to M.2 or to SSD storage. That way, there's no moving parts or anything like that. So, all right, let me.
Kalen keeps typing my name, and I'm not sure if he's trying to get my attention. I'm not sure.
I would imagine he likes you. He likes you a lot.
Aww.
Let's see here. Gadget Joe, thanks for being here, my friend. Ethan and Colin, thank you. Good old friends from JNCS over in Fairport. Appreciate you being here. Davey K, thank you for being here as well. One of these days I'll mess around with a RAID away. I have not reached that point though. Yeah, no, I understand that. So. I'm going to need a block for the EVGA 3080 for the Win 3 Ultra. Why is there a question mark? Yes, you always need a water block for everything. Always. Even audio cards. We water block those too. Because. Just because.
Because reasons.
Because you can. That's about it. If you're asking if you can get one, yes. Watercool is sending us their whatever the new one is. Yeah, I will put one aside for you. You just got to make sure that you email me so you're saying that you want one, because by the time they get here, which should be, yes, I'm knocking on wood, maybe 2 weeks, they'll be in and out quicker than a fast food restaurant. So let me know, because I have one other customer, Blake, who we have had one on pre-order for him for a long time. So, yes, I will put one aside for you, sir. Shouldn't be an issue at all.
I guess the real question is, do they sell out as quickly as the cards themselves? That's a painful subject, I know.
That's it's a pretty solid yes. As soon as the block comes in, especially for a 30 series card, it's immediately gone. And funny enough, we were actually buying the 30 series cards from EVGA for a little bit to at least try and get some, so we can have them in our hands and sell them to you guys. Obviously we weren't trying to price gouge or anything like that. We were actually selling it for what it was worth and what the pricing was,
I respect that legit, because there's so many, even now I'm seeing like retailers and e-tailers that are actually gouging people, and it's like, that's just wrong, man. That's just messed up.
We could have easily taken all the 3080s that we had, that we received, and sold them for $1,200. But that's not freaking cool. Nobody wants that shit, especially if it's a limited limited supply type of ordeal where, you know, even if you do get your hands on one, you might pay an arm and a leg for it, and that's not fair.
It just sucks because it just hurts the ability for people who are actual gamers that want to experience the cards. They either have to have a horrible experience by overpaying, which is going to, whether you like it or not, going to cause a horrible experience because you're going to know you overpaid, and that just sucks. By the way, I do got to say, now that I caught on what Kaylin was saying, because at first he's like, read the one above it. He's saying that I should pay to have Hitman add a Be Quiet fan as a weapon, and I do have to say, kind of like I'm sure you remember back in the days when they had God, now my brain's gonna go with the game, where you used to have like the big purple bat. I can't remember the name of the. Oh God, now this
big
is gonna
purple
kill me.
bat. It wasn't Manhunt, was it?
No. Oh my God, this is gonna kill me. Let's see.
I'm sure you can find it.
Okay. Saints Row.
Oh, yes.
Here, I'm just gonna send you the link.
If I remember correctly, it's the yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. the penetrator, as you might say.
Yes.
Yes. The double-ended dildo, for those of you who didn't know. And yeah, that did some serious damage, though, if you remember correctly. I mean,
But dude, imagine how awesome Hitman is, and if they added, like, if you wanted, you could turn on like parody mode, where like you could get these just ridiculous weapons. Like that would be hilarious. Imagine if you had to come up with like the most creative kill with like a can opener,
dude.
Or like, dude, hey, you have to take someone out with like a toothpick, and you have like 30 seconds, and you have to stealth mode past like 10 people to get some diplomat with like something silly, like a pair of nail clippers.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God.
Dude, that would be
you find a radiator and you use that to beat him with. Yes.
Dude, that would be like its own mini game. Like you could literally like just have like a totally different, like the serious mode, than just a haha funny mode where like literally you're given like the most obscure weird things you have to do, and you get like the most screwed up like things that you have to do it with. You have to kill you get a case of Mountain Dew and you have to kill someone with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Here's a Yeti container. It is full, so the impact is greater than if it's empty. Yes, I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it.
I had far worse ideas, but I'm going to stop this train. Too far.
Remember, fiery plane crashes.
Yes, I need to avoid the keyboard lotion. Yes.
Death by PC parts. Yes, I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I think that's fantastic.
You have one bag of you have like an accessory kit from a case, and you have to somehow take out a diplomat with that.
You
make your own claymore out of M3 screws.
Oh God! Ow! That would hurt. That would hurt so bad. I'm thinking of like getting a PCI screw in the face or something.
Ow.
Yeah,
that hurts because one time I dropped one because I used to review in my office here. Actually, I used to do review cases, and I dropped it once, and I stepped on it, and it like legit like went into my foot, and I'm like, ow! And I pulled it out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to be a lot more careful with where I drop stuff.
Oh yeah.
Carpet's bad juju when it comes to like screws and stuff.
Oh, I hear you there. That's why we do everything on the concrete floor out here at the shop. So, not in here.
PCB. You have to kill someone with a graphics card. I mean, the newer graphics card, you got a major advantage. I'm talking like old school, like 7800 XT or something like that. Like I'm talking like
the little card.
where you have to like saw their head off like with a Braille PCB.
Oh my God.
God, that just sounds horrid. I'm a bad person.
That sounds terrible, but I think it's a great idea at the same time. So, you get tubing, but you have to strangle them with it. Right?
Oh no.
Right?
Hard tubing, so you have to.
Oh, so you have to heat it up.
You have to hold the person down while you heat it up, wrap it around.
I love it. Bonus points if it punctures and the fluid comes out of the tube.
Bonus point if you can somehow pull it off with acrylic without breaking it.
Yeah, not happening. Let's just do it the easy way. Break the side and stab them with it. But that's beside the point. Okay, now we've gotten a little too far here. A little sadistic. All right, moving on.
I feel like you just hit Tesla autopilot. Now we're trying to pull us back in the lane.
Come on.
Although we already went burning off the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's okay. We're gonna pull this back on the road.
As long as it merges and gets back in there, it's all that matters. One of the other things that I saw that was on the lovely internets. Joe,
the Internet of Things.
Joe Campbell. Thanks for being here, man. He joined on Facebook instead of Twitch because it kept buffering, and the only thing that he heard was double-ended dildo and death by PC parts. This is great. This is wonderful.
By the way, hi bosses from Be Quiet. This is what we're talking about.
This is what we're talking about on the podcast. That's right. Death by PC part. Dude, if you caught one of the crazy big, the dark, what are they? The Darkwing Pro heat sinks to the face.
Oh goodness.
Oh, like dude, that would hurt like hell.
Oh, what's funny is actually you say that. I legit just got a delivery. I think you're talking about like the Dark Rock ones.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I legit just got one of these because I'm actually shooting a video here pretty soon.
Nice.
It's one of the worst videos I probably ever want to shoot, which is cable management.
Oh God.
Everyone's best friend, cable management.
No, you just cut it to length. That's how you cable manage. You cut it to length this is
going to be the shortest video ever. Take all the cables, shove the panels shut, and forget it ever happened.
Is that the 30-second video? You know.
That's going to be my private abridged version.
Brought to you by Be Quiet.
If you don't have a glass panel, if you don't have a glass panel and your panel doesn't bend too bad, just cram it shut.
Yeah.
Especially, and I got to bring this up because we talked about it already. Especially if you're trying to cable manage anything with a lot of RGB.
Oh my God.
You know, like fans that have like daisy chain connectors coming off of them. So like you have like a case with like 7 fans and 36 cables just for fans.
I absolutely. This is probably like, don't get me wrong. RGB is fun. It's cool. You can make it work. You can make it look nice. But goddamn, there's a lot of extra cables. Lots. And like way too much. Like so much. So unfortunately, what I end up doing is I convert everything to RGBPX for Aqua Computer because I'm done with it. I don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. So I just convert it all, jam it all together, and it's good to go. I'm
waiting for wireless RGB.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Wireless RGB, yeah, that'd be pretty dope, actually. Gonna be all sorts of interference and shit, but that's beside the point. All right, so back to the news. Sorry, what we were talking about before we started on this lovely plane crash that we're talking about now. There was this video that was posted that I thought this was a joke, and it is not a joke. This is a real thing. I showed Shannon, and he lost his shit because, well, to be perfectly honest with you, we both agree that there's no way in hell that this person can do this. However, you guys know of VR chat, right? You put your VR goggles on and your little...
If you don't, congratulations, you're about to get a crash course.
Yes, you are, and it is not a good one.
Congratulations for making it this far without hearing of it.
That's right.
Because that in itself is impressive, and also, I wish I were you.
Yes, me too. So if you were to take your phone, and imagine this is a set of goggles, you do this, right? And then you put your little hands in the thingy, and then you have your 2 little sticks, and then you have your goggles, right? Okay, well, well, that was
However,
cool.
I do want to note, for those of you that want your sanity held intact, do exactly what he just did. Hold your phone up to your face for the next couple minutes, and everything will be okay.
Everything will be fine. You don't have to watch anything or any of that. One downfall to having your tea next to your computer is that, well, you can spill it. And that's exactly what I just did.
Yes. Is any hardware in danger?
No.
Okay.
Just it's gonna get all sticky and...
Well, what kind of tea are you having that gets sticky?
Hey, listen, guy, you mind your own business. It's my kind of tea. All right? It's specialty.
Are you one of those guys that likes sweet tea?
I do like sweet tea.
Okay, dude, it's too sweet. I guess that's dumb to say, but it's too sweet for me. I can drink it, but it's not my preferred thing.
I understand. I do. I get it. when I was down in North Carolina, we used to have sweet tea all the time, and it was unbelievable. It was so good. But I saw how they were making it the one day, and ever since then, I haven't really been able to drink it again because, well, they use an entire bag of sugar.
Yes.
An entire bag.
You're literally making, like, tea concentrate.
Yes. Yeah. Tea. Jesus Christ. Yes.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
I'd love to be disproven in this.
You're absolutely right. The tea to sugar ratio is a 1 to 16 ratio. Make sure you got more 16 parts sugar, 1 part tea. Okay. All right. So now that I've got
Kevin Daly's asking, what the hell is sweet tea?
Are you shitting me?
I've had it once that was good, and that was down in New Orleans. I had it when I went down there for MLG New Orleans, and that was years and years ago. But that and gator sausage. Dude.
Oh, dude! Holy cow!
I'm now, before anyone takes us the wrong direction, I'm talking sausage made of gator meat.
Yes. Yeah. Like.
Just to be.
Yes. Like alligator. Not.
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. Hey, James, Mr. Daly. Canadian Kevin. You know how like you guys like maple syrup and everything? Well, we like weird shit too. That's what it comes down to. But yes, sweet tea is pretty much a tiny splash of tea. It's kind of like a Jack and Coke, right? You know, you want 90% Jack and then a little splash of Coke. Well, that's exactly what sweet tea is. 90% sugar and a splash of tea.
Yes, it is. And it will, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, I would, if I drank, like, a whole glass of that, like I've seen people do, I would turn into, like, Wilford Brimley pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Diabetic shock immediately. Just put me on the stretcher and roll my ass to the hospital, because it's just terrible. However...
I love one more thing. I love Travis's description. It's iced tea with, like, 16 plus cups of sugar added.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That is precisely what it is. I mean, the sweet tea is brewed a little bit differently. So it is different. However, Kevin, what I'm drinking right here is hot tea. So, and I can't say enough about this Yeti cup that I got. And I know that, advertising. No, Yeti, I don't know what the hell they did differently in order to make this cup awesome, but I just burned my mouth. That's actually why I knocked the freaking cup over. Because, well, it stays hot. I only made it like an hour ago.
Yetis are legit. I'll make coffee in the morning when I get up, and I won't mention what time I get up because I'm old. But basically, I get up, and like all the way through like noon, I have hot coffee. I mean, like, and because I can't drink really, really hot liquids because apparently I'm a wuss and my mouth burns easy because my wife's like, I don't know. My wife is like, will take like a shower that will turn me like red, but she also will like drink drinks that like make me feel like my throat's about to just like dissolve. It's like liquid magma.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she might be the ruler of the underworld. I'm not sure. Not that good. I don't think she watches this. We'll be okay. If you never hear from me again, you know what happened.
I mean, I'll just call her and have her on the show then. It'll be great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It'll be great. Yeah, you'll get replaced real quick. I mean,
Oh, she'll be entertaining to talk to until you ask her opinion like on certain computer parts, and she'll be like, what?
That's okay.
Good luck on.
That's kind of what
she's learning a lot though.
Well, she can learn about VR chat and how.
Oh no! Oh, and how we still haven't watched this. Hey guys, I've saved you this whole time by derailing this. I've given you ample time to cover your eyes and ears, so now it's going.
Right now,
you can't blame me.
There is no turning back. Are you guys ready to take a step back in the 1980s, real quick? Here we go.
Prepare yourself.
I was like, wait, that's real?
There is no way you have a wired headset that can do that, like I said before. Plus, no. Okay, that torso just spun 180 degrees. Don't get me wrong, I have back issues, but there's not a chance in hell, even without back issues. Oh, nope.
Yeah.
That's like people who say they squat ass to grass. Dude, come on.
Yeah, no way.
No, that's like...
Although it was pretty funny because... First of all of the people in the chat, which are just dying laughing and shit. It's fantastic.
Can they hear us when we're talking about this right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because I'm sitting there saying stuff and I'm like...
Yeah, they can. They definitely can. What the hell?
Dude, see, there is no way. Unless you're like well, I almost made a joke of a tentacle monster, but yeah, that might go the wrong direction considering these are like semi anime-esque characters. I don't feel like that would go the right direction because the hentai reference would become very quickly. So
yeah. I mean, look at her hair.
I do feel like you would have to have bones made of gelatin to pull off what they're pulling.
Yeah, the whole double jointed thing, right?
This is highly suggestive as well, and I'm sorry, but I have knee problems. That just hurts me seeing like her spin on the knee like that.
I just want to know how do you do this in VR? Is my question.
Now, I have a question for you. A serious question.
Yeah, I got an answer.
What's the over under on these female characters being male?
Oh,
behind the headset.
98.2. I'd say 98% of them are definitely male, and there's a 2% that's female. Would be my guess.
I would tend to agree.
Maybe it's maybe even more.
I've never used a VR chat, but I cannot imagine how that body articulation's happening. I can almost guarantee it's not real-world motion tracking, and if it is, I would love to meet said person.
Me too, because
I'm pretty sure they're like. I don't even know where to segue this. There's no safe segue for what I'm about to say.
So these are pretty funny. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, Travis is leaving. Bye, Travis.
All right. See you, Travis. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. We'll catch up with you soon.
I have a feeling the VR chat is what put him off. He's like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I got to go. I'm done with this shit. I don't know what you guys are doing here, but I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm out.
That's a broken neck right there.
Yeah.
That was a broken neck.
So apparently they have all sorts of different little things and different videos.
Is that a furry dancing? Or I don't want to know. Never mind.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on. Okay,
yeah. We're out of that.
It's a bad cloud. Remember, over, above it, below it, whatever. Just don't go through it. All right. Speaking of things,
I'm a big guy. I cannot talk crap about someone else being able to be flexible like that. But I have my doubts.
I don't think I could have done that. No, not at all. Ever. Not even in my prime. Sorry. All right. So Team Group does have $10 off. Was it $11 off? $9 off. I don't know. Whatever. Basically, you can get a 1 terabyte SSD. It's a 2.5-inch drive. It's not exactly sporty spice when it comes to speeds. However, it's still $77.
Well, I don't think that's QLC either, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Which is fantastic, dude, because if it's not QLC, because that's one thing. QLC, you have like its endurance is much lower.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't look like it. That is fantastic deal. That is amazing. And I think it's just 3D like TLC. I don't think it's I don't know if that's QLC. Let's see. I can't find the part number. I can't copy it because it's so small, and I can't copy it off your page.
Oh, here, I can send it to you. How about that? You want the model number or the part number?
That's the part number. It's fine.
This one here, yeah. Copy. All right.
I just want to take a quick peeky at some details while you're talking about it.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's have the backup here, the actual information instead of me just boppity booping over here.
That's what we do.
Yeah, exactly. So the CX2, which is the SSD, it's a 2.5-inch. That's brought to you by Team Group. Is actually a pretty decent gig. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you get a lot of gigs, actually. Get it? All right. So you get.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, the dad jokes there. 1 terabyte drive there is $77.99. And then I'm sure if you finagle something, you could probably get it free shipping too. Who knows? Who knows?
It is QLC, but if you're using it for like a game loading drive, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just not something you want to write a ton to.
Right.
I hate when they label them like that. They should just be clear about it. The other thing is it has no DRAM cache.
Oh, it doesn't?
So that's kind of that is cacherless. So that's going to be something that will be kind of a iffy thing. I'm sure you're familiar with like how the DRAM cache works on SSDs.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be something that'd be a little tougher. That would be a tough one because as you run into issues, you're gonna most importantly you'll run into weird perf drops. But if you're using it strictly for a game loading drive, dude, that's actually a pretty damn good deal because that's still going to beat the hell out of like a old, spin and rust.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, maybe you can explain the whole cache thing to some of our viewers here. You probably can explain a heck of a lot better than I can. So,
Well, SSDs tend to have a cache, which is basically like a high speed where it can basically put things before it can drop it into the drive. It basically gives the controller like a buffer. Without that, you can run into certain points where it will get a slightly, I don't want to call it laggy, but you'll notice like the performance drop. And that's just something, it really is going to depend on your use case. With like loading games and things like that, I don't think you'll see it very often. But a good example of some other things you might run into, like when I mentioned QLC drives, is a lot of times they will have like an SLC cache, which or like they'll have like actual SLC NAND that it will toggle back and forth in order to give you a boost to your write speeds. But once that's saturated, if you're copying a big file, it can drop down to like the 60 to 80 to 100 megabyte second range very easily, even on NVMe versions of it, simply because you'll exhaust that overall like the overall cache. And then once you exceed that, you have to literally wait for the NAND and the controller to figure out what cells it can populate. Because when you delete a file off your SSD, it just marks that cell as it can be overwritten versus the cells that have something on it that you want to keep. So it basically has to go through and do garbage collection and all that stuff before it can rewrite over the cell. Okay. Well, as that happens, it can basically hit a pretty heavy performance slowdown depending on the use case. That's why I said for like a game loading drive, you probably wouldn't see much of an issue, but it's something to be aware of if you have someone who maybe, there are still people who run like their main OS and everything like off of a single hard drive. If you happen to drop one of these in, you might see the occasional little hiccup where you have small, what look like freezes for a second or two as it like catches up with things.
Right.
I've seen that with some of the DRAM-less drives, and it's not like the end of the world. It'll still be way faster than spinning Rust, but there are certain scenarios where it might be a slight little hiccup for you.
Can I give my SSD $100 bill so I can give it more cash? Kaylin, get out of here.
Get more cash. Oh, jeez. I was looking at stuff. I skipped the chat. I didn't see it.
One dad joke to the next. All right. Kevin James Daly's got to run. Got to get the kid from school. Shannon, talk to you later. Kevin, you need orange mod water created. Does it glow pink or does it glow red? That's what you got to tell me. Seriously. You want the pink orange mod water or you want the red orange mod water? Or not red. I don't remember. You need orange. Send me an email. That way I have it written down. I'll actually have it in the list there. And then I can actually take it seriously. Because, if I don't have anything written down, then I don't take anything seriously. So.
But who asked that?
Mr. James Daly. He was looking for some orange mod water, probably for the Cooler Master World Series build. Very similar to
Kevin
Derek.
Daly. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was skipping out because I saw that Kaylin goes, it's a serious question. And the last thing I saw him ask was, can I give my SSD $100 bills to get more cash? And then he goes, it's a serious question. I'm like, oh dear, I don't quite know how to answer that. That's the question he's referencing.
Yeah. I also have, Bobby, Robert, what's up, man? Thanks for being on the show here. How is the block and did I see it? Okay, so yes, I did unfortunately see the water-cooled block. Now, this is like a very, very rare occasion that a Heat Killer 4 CPU block, for some reason, is leaking. And
what? Those
dude,
are like solid,
dude. I bet you, I could guarantee you $100. They could take one of these blocks, throw it out of the wall, and then put it back on the PC, and it'd work fine. Because these things are so, they're so robust.
I used to have the OG 7751. Yeah. That thing, I swear, I could have ran that thing over with a tank and then hooked it back up.
And it'd be fine. Yeah. So he actually ended up sending us, I think it was one of the full copper ones, no plexi on it or anything like that. But it had this, literally like a leaky faucet type of leak, apparently, that had been going on for months. And
from where, though? From what area?
It looks like the actual seal along in between the cold plate itself and the actual top of the CPU block.
Between the two halves, yeah.
Yeah, between the two halves was actually leaking out, and it was bad. And I'm not entirely sure why it was doing that either, because they obviously the quality control for Heat Killer and water cool stuff is just unbelievable.
Yeah, and they've I don't think I've ever seen that, but I mean, it could have just been, let's be honest, like anything, it could have just been bad luck where when they were putting it together, maybe it had an O-ring that was slightly pinched, and then as it sat in the box, that piece that was pinched out didn't have oil, so it dried out and split.
Yep.
That kind of thing can happen, but I mean, that's pretty rare.
That's kind of what I said too. Now, luckily, Robert has been fantastic with dealing with us, and we've, obviously gone back and forth with him quite a bit, especially with his, the multiple builds that he's put together with us and everything like that. So we did see the block. It does look nasty as hell. I'm not entirely sure why it did. I would have to agree with Shannon and Kaylin here that it's got to be a funky gasket or something got pinched, or because it's very rare that this shit types of happens, I mean, especially with water.
That kind of thing is extremely rare. If I'm being completely honest, that kind of thing. It's like the same thing when people say I'm afraid to buy an AIO because of leaking. In reality, that's just such a small percentage that it's not really a tangible like concern.
Right. Absolutely. I would also say you have more possibility of the AIO, like the pump itself dying, than you do it actually leaking. And
you never noticing it either because they're usually pretty quiet. You don't realize it until
it's too late.
And a lot of times that's actually how they fail, is they build up so much pressure from being overheated that they blow a hose out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But it's still a trickle down effect when it comes to it having an issue or it being.
That's a pun, isn't it?
Maybe.
I knew it.
Trickled down because it's water and it's trickling. Yes, you got it. You absolutely got it.
That's why I like inverted motherboard trays, because it trickles away from the GPU.
That's right. That's right. Have I heard anything about the addressable RGB version of the Pro 4 blocks? You're talking about the Heat Killer Pro 4, I would imagine, right? If I remember correctly, let me go to this lovely website where they sell all sorts of water cooling parts and things.
Yeah, I hear those guys are okay, but they got this Kevin guy there, and
he's just a dick.
I've heard some things. I've heard some things. He has this weird obsession with these anime characters and this thing called VR chat.
Oh, I see.
It's really awkward.
Is that what it is? I see.
It is. That's what I've heard. That's what. I'm sorry. No. What's the saying nowadays? That's what people are saying.
That's what. Yes. Right. That's what people are saying. Unfortunately, I do not have an update with the addressable RGB Heat Killer 4 blocks just yet. I know that Watercool has been dragging their feet quite a bit with getting products out to everybody, so I know that we're still waiting. I mean, shit, we placed an order almost 2 months ago, and we're still waiting for it, so eventually it will be here. Blake, thank you. That's actually funny enough that you're here. That is an update for you as well. Hopefully we'll have the block here in the next 2 weeks, maybe. I honestly don't know, but I'm hopeful that I will have the block by the end of the month. Your other custom SSD block, the Plexi, is on its way here, or the acrylic is on its way here, and we will have that cut and assembled. And then we also found a gasket making company to make that gasket custom for us. So
I know this is a custom build, but is it okay to ask what kind of SSD you're going to be liquid cooling, just because this piques my interest?
Yeah, so we actually have a customer, Blake, who is putting together a server rack PC.
Okay.
Has one of the Coolants server rack standalone units that has the Monster radiator and the D5 in it and everything like that. And then he is actually taking a Supermicro 4RU unit, and we're modifying it to accept Threadripper CPU and TRX 40 motherboard and a 1,000-watt power supply and that type of stuff. But on top of that, he's actually got he had a PCI SSD card that was going to mount all of his M.2s to it to do a RAID array for it. But unfortunately, what ended up happening is that he had a custom water block designed by somebody who had a good idea, but might not have water cooled before.
Oh no.
So it was a good idea, and in theory it did look like it was going to work and everything like that, but once we pressure tested it, it wasn't so great. So what we ended up doing is actually outsourcing it to our good friend Christoph, who was able to manufacture and create a awesome SSD PC. It's fantastic. SSD PCI water block for that. So it actually just bolts right on and cools all of the M.2s for it. It's really, really awesome. So we're having that actually cut out and then plated and everything like that, and then assemble it to go into that case.
That's interesting. That's going to be badass. I would love, is that something where you're sharing like information on this, like showing it? I mean, or because if not, that's cool. That's kind of thing really interests me.
Yes, I will be showing off some different parts of it and putting, when we're putting it together and everything like that, I will show that
awesome.
off. Obviously, this is a one-off design type of thing.
Yeah.
We can probably make it if there's a big enough interest for it. But again, it's yes, that's what
I'm not expecting that. I want to see the hardware prawn because it's cool to see like all the pre-made blocks, but when you can do something custom like that, I do truly enjoy seeing that because it's just a badass way of like making something work the way you want it to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So he's got the High Point SSD 7103 NVMe RAID controller.
I know that one.
I
know that one.
Which is definitely known for getting hot, especially if you're doing like
absolutely
M.2 transfer and stuff like that. So, but I also
that's the bootable one with the controller on it, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it has like a PLX bridge and all that on it.
I'm almost 100% sure. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know which one that is, and that is badass. That's going to be really cool to see you water cool that. I'm interested to see what you do.
Yeah, the block itself actually looks really nice too. It's like Blake was, because he's getting a 3080 water block from Watercool as well. We tried to mimic the design of the PCI SSD block to match that. So it actually has like this plated accent piece that goes over the top of it and everything like that, and it looks actually really nice when it's done. So hopefully in the next week or so I'll have some more information, because again, the acrylic is on its way, should be here hopefully by the end of this week, if not early next week, and then we'll get it all cut and put together. So, but I will definitely share it with you. You can definitely
no RGBs, right?
No RGB for that one, as far as I know.
Thank you, Blake.
Oh, the whole case has got RGB, but that doesn't. So, but
you have crushed my dreams.
Oh, hey, I didn't see Sneff snuck in there. Sneff, thanks for being here, my friend. He wanted to thank Be Quiet and Aces Design, your dream PC, great case.
Oh, I think I actually shipped that gentleman a 500DX. I think. I hope that's the same dude, since I'm saying that, but I'm pretty sure. I think he might be up in Canada.
Snuff? I
think. Yeah.
Pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, I think that might actually be the same guy. That's awesome. Yes. Hey, awesome. That's really cool. I literally just got that. I literally just got that to him like a short time ago, because he had this Asus event he was doing a mod for, and I was able to get that shipped up to him, which, by the way, shipping things to Canada, awesome.
Yes.
So fun as they hold things at the border, and you're like, great, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, yeah, you definitely understand that.
Yes, I do. I get it. It's not very much fun. He received 2 gray and
a white.
Yes. There you go. Cool. Very cool.
Kalen, thank you for the shout out. We'll have to get you one of the newer ones, because I think he has the original Be Quiet AIO, which wasn't available in US because of
yeah.
Sorry.
I had something in my throat. That other company that we don't really talk about, but yet everyone knows.
Had something in my throat. It was really like what is that called? Patent troll. Oh, sorry, I had a patent troll and it's stuck in my throat. Sorry.
It was just kept trickling down again. There's actually a question from our good old friend Captain, who's down in Florida there. Are there replacement parts for the Silent Base 800?
Well, what parts? I mean, I would think so, yeah.
I would
800.
Yeah,
800.
The 800.
Maybe 801?
Maybe the 801.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I can definitely connect you with my after sales / service guy. He could definitely check that out. That's not something I would know 100% off the top of my head.
Got it. He's looking for the top. I would guess that's probably the removable panel for the 801. Is that correct?
But hold on. Are we talking the original 800? Because the 800's a kind of older case. Then you had the 801, 802. That's why I'm trying to make sure we're talking the same thing.
Okay. Well, to be honest with you, I have no idea. I don't
know either.
I've only ever built in the 900 and the 500DX. But Captain, what you can do is, if you send me an email for the parts that you're looking for, or whether it be the top panel or front panel or screws or whatever it is, I can relay the message to Shannon or to whoever at Be Quiet to get you an answer and see if we actually can source those parts.
Feel free to reach out to me, Kevin, on any questions like that. I can always connect to the right person or find out, because yeah, if it's 800, like if it's a much older case, I can't be 100% sure. If it's a newer case, normally it's something, if we don't directly have right away, it's something we can most of the time get a hold of.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you guys are still able to pull up Evolve panels for us, you know, the original Evolve, so that's, it's good.
I think you mean Fantex for that, right?
Sorry, yes, that's what I meant. Yes. So, similar to other manufacturers that we work with, there's very good possibility that there's leftover stock in other places.
You're going to see like a breaking news post like, well, today on the podcast, we found out that Be Quiet made all the panels for Fantex.
Yeah,
like,
no,
please
God,
no,
God.
Please no.
Hashtag fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Oh, God. All right, so basically, to wrap this up is pretty much where I was going with this is how many times, Shannon, I'm going to pull up this next post. How many times do you get this type of message?
Per hour, or what kind of time? What kind of time frame are we talking here?
I'm just talking in a day. I mean, because I know we get it quite a bit.
It depends. If you're talking like the official company channel, you get it a lot. And you know what? I try, unless the person's like really like just being belligerent, I try to be really nice about it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really hard because I understand, you know, everyone kind of wants something cool, kind of shiny, but I mean, approaching everyone and asking like, can you give me this? Can you send me that? Like, come on, dude, be creative. Give me a reason why I'd want to give you something cool, you know? Yeah. Like, for instance, Kevin, like, you guys have, let's say, a badass project. You let me know. If it's something that I think we can realistically work together on, we do it. But at the same time, when, you know, you got someone who's just like, yeah, you know, like I told you about, I've had people come at me sideways, not just with Be Quiet, but in past, where they come to me and go, I want you to give me this. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. And they're like, well, fine. I'm going to tell everyone how bad your company is, how horrible you treat people. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean,
cool.
I guess tell your mom I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. There is a certain point where you hit the tipping point of frustration where it's just like, listen, go away.
Yep.
No, don't send this to me again. Like, if you're doing something cool, like if you contact me and say I'm doing something awesome, hell yeah. You know, let's figure out a way where we can help make some cool stuff happen. I mean, there's people in your chat that have had that discussion with me. So, and we've had good stuff. But I've also had people who have literally threatened to bash me or my company, or have even threatened violence against me. I've had people legit say, like, I'll find out where you live. And I'm like, good luck with that, but have fun.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But that's the world now, man. Everyone thinks that they could just bully people, like especially companies. People think they could threaten like a bad review and a company's going to fold and just send them free product. And it's like, bro, if you're going about that much effort to get a free product, you know, if you spend some time doing some badass mods, you could get free product.
Yes.
And don't go out and try to bully a company. Work with us.
Right.
We're good people. I mean, hell, you've worked with us, Kevin. You worked with Be Quiet long before I was here.
Yep.
And I knew you from back. I mean, hell, we met at PAX one time, and it was awesome. You know, if you're good people with good people, you help each other out. But when you come off at people sideways, you're not going to get anywhere. I mean, I'm sure you get that kind of crap. And it's like, when people want to abuse the process, it's like, dude, all you do is make it harder for legit like modding people, because companies start to shy away from everyone. Because when you support one, and if they find out about it, next thing you know, you get just this barrage of requests.
And you know, it's funny that you say that too, because it's like we've worked with a few different people, you know, obviously sponsoring some of the people that are in the chat, some of the people that we work with directly. You know, I'm gonna bring up one of the people that we've actually worked with recently, which is Sid Kitten. She's pretty awesome. She's actually based out of New York. When she started, she had 700 followers. And that was only a couple weeks ago. Well, I'd say about 6 weeks ago, right? Now, yes, she's a female. Yes, she streams games. Yes, she's nice to look at. Not going to deny that fact. But what it comes down to is that it was the way that she presented herself in the email, and she was asking for support. Basically, not for herself, actually. She was asking for support for Chili Mountain, which is actually a group of a very big entertainment and esports group that does all sorts of streaming and sponsoring and all sorts of cool stuff. The way that she approached it and asked about it, and she didn't ask for tons of things. All she wanted was, hey, do you think you can give us some support? That was it. And that's the way to do it. You know, if you're asking for one or two things, okay, sure, but give me a reason why. You know,
if you're kind about it, it's, I mean, I hate to bring up like the old adage, you know, you attract more people with honey versus like vinegar, right? But at the end of the day, it really is true, dude. I mean, when you sit there and, you know, when you first get a no, it's better to get a no than nothing at all. But then you work your ass off to get the yes.
Yep.
And that's the thing. It sounds like that's exactly what she did. She went and said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to ask these people, hey, you know what? You want to work with me? I'm a person. I'm going to do cool stuff. You saw it, said this is a great opportunity, and then you grow together. And that's what I love about like things like the modding community. I've worked with modders that were very, very early on. And then as they've gotten better and more notoriety, I've continued working with them wherever I could. And that's not just because they're a big time modder. It's just because I love having that good relationship with them. And that's probably one of those things that a lot of people don't realize. It's not that we're doing it just because XY modder has a lot of people that maybe follow them. I could care less if you have 5 people that follow you. If you're a good dude and you do good work and it's something where I can realistically work with you, then I'm going to look at the opportunity to do so.
Right.
You don't have to be like, you know, like most of the dudes in the chat, whether you're talking Kaylin or pretty much any of the, I mean, that's something I got to give you credit. I recognize a lot of the names in your chat because a lot of them are very notable case modders who I've watched kind of come up through the scene, and I'm proud of. Like, I'm proud to know these people because they've all proven themselves to be good damn people. And that's getting far and far rarer as you get newer generations of people coming in that see, oh, that person gets it free, so why can't I?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And understanding the fact that things don't just come for free. People have put in their time, their blood, their sweat, and their tears, you know, into doing X, Y, and Z mod, you know, to even be qualified to say that you're, you know, able to receive some of these products and stuff like that. I think it is a beautiful thing to see how PC modding and the community, especially the PC modding community, has evolved. Now, obviously, there's a lot of salt that can be put on a lot of different things. However, you know, but I mean, however, for the most part, a lot of the people, I should say the majority of the people that we interact with when it comes to, you know, modding or customers or customer service or anything like that are fantastic people. Except for you when you change your logo, and then
there we go.
Yeah,
that's better.
There, yeah, get in your case. Get in your case.
I'm gonna hide in my case for a little bit.
Also helps to bribe Kevin with free knives. Funny enough, mine went downstairs into my special room there, and is now mounted on the wall. So I appreciate that very much. Funny enough,
fantastic.
I have the Be Quiet one here that I have to mount on the wall as well. And I've been working on just getting the man cave all set up and everything like that. So, again,
I must say, that knife was a tough sell because trying to give people stabby things.
Yeah.
Sometimes the management kind of looks at like, hey, you know, maybe we don't want to give them something that, you know, and I mean, I don't think my first impression would have been a good one because I did the whole Game of Thrones thing of stick them with the pointy end, but I figured that probably wouldn't be a good inscription to put on the to put on the knife blade.
Probably not. Probably not.
But you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I want to give them a knife, and I could just imagine just like everyone like straight up like the Picard just facepalm like, oh god, what did we hire this guy for?
Yep, absolutely. I'm trying to find the post right now because I know that you were like, yeah, just make sure you don't stab anything, and I'm like, oh, so I probably shouldn't have posted this then, or was that okay? We had all of our knives that we got from Be Quiet into one box, and now I can't seem to find it. But the whole point of it was, yes, it is pointy, it is a knife, and you got to be careful with it because, well, it is a knife, you know? But I am very grateful for it. I'm grateful for everybody that's here in the chat and hanging out with us and have joined us. And again, we wouldn't be here without you guys, and we obviously wouldn't be here without the support of Shannon as well. Shannon, again, thank you so much for being here and being on the show this afternoon. I really had a good time, and I appreciate you coming on.
I legit mean it, truthfully. I thank you for all of you joining. Thank you for having me on, Kevin. I know that's kind of very cliche. It's kind of that whole closing thing, but I truly do. You guys are really good people, so I'm happy to be on anytime you need someone to chat at you. I'm totally down.
Well, I appreciate that very much, and hopefully everybody here that got a chance to watch us go back and forth and babble on and on and on about random things that we saw in PC modding and all sorts of things. We appreciate everybody that is here, and hopefully I'll have Shannon back on again sometime soon. But until then, until next week, you guys have a wonderful and safe week, and we will catch up with you next time. Thanks again.